little quickie to let you know Venus is now direct. What does that mean? Well, she has been retrograde since late December. So if you have found January particularly challenging, particularly for the sisters out there, then this is good news. It means there's going to be a reprieve because Venus was basically in the underworld. All right. So that's, the archetype of Aphrodite, Freya to the Norse, who governs the sacral chakra, the emotional center in men and women. And so she's the one that initiates us through our lessons in love, our lessons in relationship, be they platonic or, of a more intimate, erotic nature. So there have been some hard, bitter seeds like the pomegranate for us to swallow in the last 6 weeks since she was in the underworld or retrograde, appearing to move backwards from our vantage point on Earth. So now that she's moving forwards, if you've had, tension in relationship, if you've had an experience of the shadow feminine, this should now resolve. So what do I mean by the shadow feminine? Well, just because a woman is a woman doesn't mean that she's not misogynistic. Good morning, Avalon. In other words, we've all been programmed to think and behave in misogynistic ways. What do I mean by that? Well, the fear of the feminine, the fear of appearing vulnerable, i.e., in a patriarchy that meant weak, or a fear of being emotional, for fear of people thinking that you're, out of control. So within a patriarchal culture, the feminine qualities and traits are devalued. And so we are all misogynistic, and we're all trying to heal that indoctrination of beliefs, because it's the internalized misogyny that really sabotages both men and women. And I speak about that in a lot more detail. Hi, Donna. Oh, I love it. A storm blowing in Scotland. That's bloody marvellous. And that's not a good accent, but anyway, sorry about bastardising your mother tongue there. New moon tomorrow, yes. So today is dark moon. Today is the lowest ebb. And we're coming down off that full moon in Cancer, which was about home and family. So to have had Venus retrograde during that month, it meant there was often a lot of upheaval for people in regards to their familial relationships with family members or soul family, people that feel like family. So it's been a challenging time, but a time of us needing to look at what we've learnt in relationships. Okay, there's no point just getting all bent out of shape, bitter and twisted, but going, okay, what was the lesson in that? What was the lesson in that? So now that we're able to move forwards with Venus now direct, and I hope you had a very Venusian day yesterday. I know I did. I went to the ocean and the mother washed up or revealed for me pippies, which I hadn't seen since I was a child in New Zealand on the beach. We used to fry them up in butter on the barbecue. They're a shellfish. And but I met a beautiful Muslim family on the way back, and they'd never heard or seen of pippies, so I gave them to them to try them. But I thought, how lovely, the day that Venus is direct, I'm gifted this from the ocean. Anywho, I digress. Hopefully I progress now that Venus has progressed. So those of you that have had, oh hi Helen, that have had issues around home and family, this should now alleviate, this should now resolve. And I'm, delivering this from another temporary accommodation, so I certainly was put through my own initiation. And, if you've got Taurus or Libra really heavily aspected in your chart, which I do, I have Taurus rising, 3 planets in Libra, then you probably found, given that Venus rules those signs, this was a particularly challenging month. So I didn't know that the sea was also called Moana. Thank you, Charlene. That film so spoke to me deeply. So yeah, just wanted to let you know it's a time to celebrate, do something to celebrate. Yesterday I did a spirulina and kale and clay face mask. I trimmed my topiary, put on organic rose face cream. Nourish your body temple. Gift yourself some sensate pleasure. Go to the farmer's market and get some big, fat, gob stopping green olives. But, we in a patriarchy can view pleasure as something frivolous, okay? But it nourishes our sentient nature, our subtle energy field. So, yeah, this is a time to celebrate the return of Venus from the underworld, okay, the place where we live out our worst fears and nightmares, i.e., the subconscious beliefs that we're projecting about relationships and we've been projecting onto our everyday life. Now, Venus is back into the everyday world. So, and I'm referring to the world tree, the three worlds within the world tree that we learn to traverse as shaman. And again, I speak about that in my latest book. And just on that, I'm very, very excited and so blessed and touched and grateful. It has been a very wild ride to publish my latest book, The Grail. We needed to bring the publishing date forward by 3 weeks so that we would have copies of it for the official launch. And yeah, I went through two formatters. The first one left the job half done. The second one delivered the job in such a state that it needed to be completely redone. And fortunately, a dear brother of mine in Bali, Tony Roseman, stayed up all night. We did a 12-hour Zoom call. Never done that before. And yes, finally submitted the book 20 minutes before the deadline. So fingers crossed it's in review and it should be available for a soft launch on February the 2nd. So I will let you know for sure if that's indeed the case. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, tomorrow is new moon, today is dark moon, so be gentle, really nourish yourself, your energy, but do something self-loving and journal what it is you've learned in the last 6 weeks while Venus has been in the underworld. Learned about how you do relationship and how you bring perhaps old stories of origin and fearful beliefs into your everyday world, particularly the realm of relationships, home, family. So yeah, I'm also excited that the Red Tent course starts today. So those of you that are enrolled, I'm looking forward to meeting you all tonight in our live Red Tent workshop. And if you can't make that tonight, there's another one tomorrow morning. If you're curious to join us, then you can find out more on my website, themoonwoman.com. Just go to the Red Tent online course, and this is a course to learn how to nourish your feminine side every month through a community practice of gathering with women to support each other emotionally and psychologically through what is coming up from the subconscious as we journey to the darkest phase of the moon, when that comes up, as an opportunity to transmute it and to literally turn our pain into wisdom, okay, with the support of our sisters. So yeah, if you felt like you've been stretched beyond your coping abilities the last 6 weeks, this is perhaps a flag that you need more support in your life. And there is an option in that course to join me live in person for an intimate online Red Tent once a month for a whole year. So I'll find the link and I'll put that in the description. So yeah, good news, celebrate, and have a wonderful day. Blessings on your love life, blessings on your home life, blessings on your self-love and how you nourish your body temple. And yeah, we made it. Ciao for now, everyone.